Amazon PPC remains in 2021 the best and safest way to quickly rank your products and get consistent sales fast. In this video, I'm going to show you the secrets of Amazon PPC and the common kind of beginner myths and misconceptions about Amazon PPC and Amazon sponsored ads. Hello everyone, Sajad Stealth, Amazon FBA. Hope you're doing well. So let's get straight into secret number one. And that's with regards to consistent sales from day one. The secret about Amazon PPC is it is the best way to make sales immediately. Think about it. You might have seen as a customer when you're shopping on Amazon, you'll see sponsored ads all over the place, even on page one when you search for any particular item. Now, sometimes that product has reviews, sometimes it doesn't. You can still make sales. I have launched many products with Amazon PPC with 0 reviews and I've made sales immediately. That's the point of Amazon PPC. They want to help you by getting your new product exposure so you can make sales immediately with Amazon PPC. So a lot of people don't actually know that. They assume you need to get lots and lots of reviews, ask all of your friends for reviews first. Don't need to do that at all. I can tell you 100% in my experience, you can launch immediately with Amazon sponsored ads with no problem at all. Secret number two. So there are many other ways to launch your product. You don't have to use Amazon PPC and you can use a combination as well. Other options, just to give you a few examples, are Facebook ads, you can use Google ads, you can use chatbots, you can use email lists, other promotions, Instagram influencers. The list is endless. But the mistake people make is going into some of these other methods where I'm here to tell you it's not necessary at all. I have people asking me all the time, Sajad, what do you think about chatbots? Or I spoke to an Instagram influencer and I made a few extra sales at the beginning, launched my product. Look, that's great, but I'm here to tell you that that's not necessary. Let me put it another way. Let's say you need $100 to launch your product in terms of a budget if you're doing Amazon PPC or sponsored ads. Now let's say if you did all of these other methods, it would be cheaper for you. It might cost only $80 to launch your product, get to the first page. Hypothetical example, I know, but let's go with it for a minute. So you're saving $20 by using these other methods, just $20. But think about the amount of hassle, learning all of these other methods, contacting, for example, influencers, learning all about Google ads from scratch. What about all of the trial and error using these methods? And also note that on Amazon, you can give Amazon the specific keywords you want for your product. So let's say you're selling a coffee cup. You can ask Amazon to run your ads just for that exact keyword, coffee cup. Now there's second order and third order consequences of this. As an example, if you do that and you make sales for coffee cup, but it does cost you a bit of money in sponsored ads, the benefit is your product organically will start ranking for coffee cup. So further down the line, you're going to be making more organic sales by targeting that same keyword. Not that easy to do with other methods. It's possible, but not that easy. Also think about safety. Are you perfectly aware at the moment in 2021, going into 2022, of all of the terms of service when it comes to Amazon conditions? For example, for email follow-up, contacting customers, running promotions, etc. It's constantly changing, but it's not worth taking risks with your product because Amazon can suppress your listing or even worse, put a temporary block on your account. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm just saying that for you to note that if you're using some of these other methods, you have to make sure you're doing it in such a way that you're not going to run into any issues. Amazon really don't like people manipulating the algorithm to try and get ahead. They prefer you to do it in a safer way. Yes, I know that means they're going to make more money, but who cares if at the end of the day it's costing almost an equivalent amount of money to launch by Amazon PPC as it is other methods. Now, if you're a beginner, that's what I recommend. Further down the line, you can do other things. You can set up your website, develop your brand further, and you can do other things in terms of future launches once you start building a list, but you do not need to do that at the beginning. So do not overcomplicate it. If you're new to this and you want to start just making a few sales and start making money on Amazon, factor in Amazon PPC into your margins. Now, before I discuss the next secret, if you guys want a step-by-step video on how to set up your campaigns, the best way to set it up in 2021, I've got some fantastic tips for you. If you like a video on that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, obviously, so you get notification of that PPC tutorial, and comment below. If enough people request it, I'm going to do a very, very long, it's probably going to be a 45-minute video, something like that, where I just go through the entire PPC process step by step so that you can immediately implement those steps and start your PPC campaigns, but do it in the right way so you're not wasting money needlessly by making beginner mistakes. So the next secret, you've probably heard of the terms, maybe not if you're completely new to selling on Amazon, but you may have heard of the terms ACoS and TACoS. So let's talk about that for a minute, because this is a massive secret as well and an important business concept. I discussed previously second order, third order consequences. A lot of beginners to any business, especially online business, are not aware of those. Those are very, very important because you have to be thinking long term with your business. And I always say this, not short term. Now, where does ACoS come in, for example? Well, another very important business concept is, of course, keeping an eye on your profit margins. And for this, I'm going to give you a very basic example. So let's say you're selling your product for $20. The way I like to think of it when I'm trying to break it down is think of it as a massive funnel or even a full cup of water. That's $20. And then just break up the different components. Another way to think of it is a pie chart. So you've got your $20 there. Let's say every time you make a sale, Amazon fees, total fees for FBA and for the commissions, listing your product on Amazon, is $5. Simple. So out of the 20 pie or the 20 full glass of water, take out $5. Let's say it costs you per unit, including shipping and all of the other costs and taxes, etc., $5 to actually purchase that product, get it listing on Amazon. So you can see there, that's $5 and $5. What is your net profit then on that product after taking out costs? Now we're just going to pause for just a second. Another important business principle is to understand basic mathematics. We all learned this in high school, but it's important to refresh. You do not need advanced degrees when it comes to finance to sell on Amazon. It's very, very basic stuff. But my first question to you is, what is your net profit on that product we just talked about? If you don't know or you're still working it out, pause the video for a second. So on that example that I just gave you, the net profit is $10. That's your take home for that product in this hypothetical scenario. But let's say you're promoting your product, which obviously costs money. So let's say to make that one $20 sale, that would make you normally $10 net profit. Let's say to make one sale, it costs you $12 US. What is your net profit now on that particular product? Again, if you need to, just pause the video for a second, get a pen and paper and work it out. So if it cost me $12 to actually make that sale, on top of what it cost me to order the product from China or wherever your supplier is, and apart from FBA fees, what's my net profit? Okay, well in that example, you're actually making a $2 loss, because remember our profit is $10, but if it's costing me $12 just to make that sale, that's a $2 loss. Now let's just do another example very quickly. Let's say this time it's actually costing me $5 to make that $20 sale. What's my net profit? Again, pause the video if you need to. The net profit in that example will be 5, because 5 to actually make the sale, 5 is what I paid my supplier, and 5 was the FBA fee. So taking that all out of the $20 pie, I'm left with 5 afterwards. Now this is very, very important, because this is where ACoS comes in. That's your advertised cost for sale. And like I said, if you want me to, I'll do a very detailed video about Amazon PPC, just comment below. But this is why ACoS is so important. If I know it's costing me $5 to make that $20 sale, which again, ballpark figures, let's call that an ACoS of around 25%. I know I'm still making money on that product. It's not as much as I wanted, but I'm still making profit. And I'm getting all of those other consequences of improved organic ranking, I'm getting more reviews. And the great thing about Amazon is a positive feedback loop. So that's the other secret about Amazon PPC. It fuels that positive feedback loop. The way it works on Amazon is the more sales you get, the more reviews you get, then you get even more sales, and then even more sales, until you're matching kind of the demand for that niche. That's how it works on Amazon. It's a positive feedback loop. And most beginners give up because they never get into that loop. They never get that product running into that particular loop. That's the secret about PPC. It accelerates that loop further, to the point where you can easily start getting revenue figures of $15,000, $20,000 for one product by taking advantage of that. So let me give you another example. Let's say at the beginning, you've got no reviews, advertising is a bit expensive, it's costing you $8 to make that one $20 sale. Your take home then is only $2. But that's the other secret about PPC. When you're launching a product with, for example, Amazon sponsored ads, don't worry about the profit at the beginning. Now you're probably gonna say, but Sajad, I invested $1,000, I expect to see 2,000 back, I've got bills to pay tomorrow. Don't do Amazon. Wait, sort your bills out in your financial situation first, then invest that $1,000. You need to invest that $1,000 into a product knowing that you don't need it all back immediately. You can wait, you can reinvest some of that money. Now, despite what you heard on YouTube, that is very important. It's important to reinvest to grow your Amazon business. So if you're just making $2 per item, so on your first order of, let's say, 200 units, you maybe only made $400 profit. Don't worry, because think long term. As you're getting more organic sales, you're going to rely less and less on PPC for your sales. At the beginning, PPC might be 80% of your sales for the first couple of weeks, but that will get lower with time. Remember, I talked about the positive feedback loop. So be prepared to take a cut on your profit. Or even worst case scenario, in a very competitive niche, be prepared to break even for a short period of time before you then start making consistent profit. Very important business principle. Think about the long term, not the short term. Don't think about just profits as an absolute. Think about profits in terms of how it will relate to this product, for example, in 6 months or a year time. Because once you're ranked on page 1, you'll be making a lot of profit for that same particular product, because you'll be getting a lot of $20 sales without any PPC at all. So you're going to be making $10, $10, $10, while still running a little bit of small PPC in the background, where yes, you might be only making $2, $3, $4, $5 per unit. So that's it. I've shared with you a few of the basics. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying content like this. I'm more than happy to do more tutorials and also more kind of discussions about various aspects when it comes to selling on Amazon FBA. So that's it. Don't forget to subscribe so that you get more content like this. And I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for listening.